So what's the best platform to use? If you were talking to me and I'm a seller, which I still am technically,
Yeah.
somewhat, is I don't run it though. So if I ran it, um, where would I start? What sort of automation should I start with? Should I start building a whole background operating system in Claude? Should I just
Yeah.
start playing with it? What should I do?
I think it all depends to the goals that you have within your company and who is going to run all these systems. Because I think like people tend to forget that once the systems are built, like yeah, they are better, they are providing better results, but at the same time they are more complex. They're not just like Zapier workflow, connect one node to another one. If you are like if the founder or like someone in your team without technical knowledge wants to run these systems, then stick to Zapier. Like Zapier is fine, it's doing the job. But if you want to build more complex systems and really take advantage of AI, then yeah, you need to start building stuff in Claude. Especially like Claude Code. It makes things better, more robust, and easier to scale up. Like Zapier is going to only move one data to another application. That's pretty much what Zapier is doing. Like, if this happens, then do that. Just think about it like as a notification system. That's not it. That's not AI at all. It's just simply a workflow automation. But if you want to harness the power of AI, for sure, you need to start building your own internal tools. And for that, you need an expert, someone who looks at your company, understand what are the problems, and start optimizing for those problems. That's going to pay it off like in 2, 3 months. And that's the type of investments that you should be doing right now. Finding this person, finding these tools, because like everybody is doing that. Everybody in this space is doing that, and you don't want to stay behind. Yeah, that's the moment where you start losing. So for me, it all depends on the founder. Like there are founders that they just want to keep working on operating the same with like very traditional tools. But I think like once you start seeing the power of these internal toolings, you will feel like, man, this is something that you have been doing for months already, not like right now. The best moment to start doing this was yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that. And like, I remember what you told me when we were talking before about this as well, which is like we were working with a client and they wanted to hire 3 or 4 more VAs because they thought they needed those extra people in order to operate the system as it scaled.
Yes.
But you managed to automate away from that, and that's one of the biggest value adds from my point of view. And I say that as somebody who owned a VA agency. Like good, although there's going to be massive unemployment, I believe, in the virtual worker space in the Philippines coming up because, AI is better than an average person in general these days.
Yes.
Good people are still expensive because good people are good. They deserve high salaries. So like, I'd rather hire one person at $1,500 or $2,000 in the Philippines to run stuff and solve problems than a bunch of frontline workers to just do typing and stuff for $500, $600, $700 a month.
Yeah, that's correct. And the way that I'm developing these internal tools, it is very similar to you interacting with a VA. Because a lot of people get scared, like, oh, I don't know, like, now I have this tool. Do I need to relearn like my systems? Do I need to know how to use these tools? Yeah, if you want to learn how the tool operates, you can do that. I can build a dashboard for you, and we have buttons for you to click around. That's like cool. It's not that complicated. It's very friendly. But I also have like another category where you just simply talk directly to a chat interface, and you say, I need these reports, or I need you to start, I don't know, like a campaign for meta ads based on these ideas. And then the backend is the one building all these things. It's building the prompts, it's building the content, it's building the videos, it's building the images. It's like, you have a whole system, and you're just talking directly to, your AI, which is like is supposed to be your new VA, your new employee. That's what I have been doing, having like
Oh,
this
I want
type.
one of those.
Yeah.
Sell me one.
Sorry.
Sell me one. I want one. I want one of those.
Definitely. I think that the one for you is like I recently build like a LinkedIn content machine. So yeah, this system is helping you to research for trendy posts in your niche. It's going to generate the content, and it can be from different angles. It can be a listicles, it can be contradictory, or it can be positive. It can be whatever type of feeling that you want to write. Like we have an AI writer doing that for you. Yeah.
Super aggressive and confrontational posts that disagree with everything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. Aggressive, confrontational, racist post. No, not racist. But posts that are just super. No, I don't want that. But you've got to find the right angle, don't you? And AI can just run away with itself if you're not careful.
Yeah, and like then you have like the image generator. I call it a designer AI. It will generate an image for you. We have very powerful LLMs nowadays, like Nano Banana. It's amazing. It has been doing great. Yeah. So all these systems are like available right now. Like if you want to grow your LinkedIn personal brand, yeah, we can work on that together.
Oh, you told me that, but now you won't sell me the thing. I've already been talking to you about it. You won't sell me the LinkedIn thing. I want it. Sell me stuff that I ask for, Juan. Even if I don't need it. I need to teach you more sales. Okay. Awesome. So I guess, how do I know if my business is ready for AI? I've been doing the same thing for the last 5 years. It's doing all right. I'm making money, making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month profit. How do I know that it's time to AI things up?
I think like for this type of questions, I would like to use another analogy. It's like when I was building websites, I had this conversation. I asked someone like, when is the right moment to sell my website? And he told me the moment that you stop growing the website. It is that moment for you to sell it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I think like a lot of people in this space, like they feel comfortable. It's like they have been doing the same thing for many years. The website is making money. They are fine. If they are, if they just want to keep the same status quo, then it's fine. Like they don't need to stress up for anything of like AI or hiring more people. Like they're going to be there. Then, but that's not like the mindset a founder should have. For me, a founder is always like, is either growing the business or selling the asset, period. Or maintaining it, it's fine. But like for you to grow your business nowadays, yeah, the best investment that you can start doing is optimizing your operations through AI. By starting doing that, like you are going to, you need to, at this point, a founder should have identified a few pains in their businesses. It's either like, weekly reports, or it's either like developing new products, or, you run out of ideas. It's like, how can I interact better with my clients? This type of stuff, like we can start working on those things and see like what are the results with that. Like a founder that doesn't have like a plan for the next 3-6 months, or like knowing like what products they need to be launching, is someone that is like simply not active working in their business. And we can attach AI to any of those plans and make the plan execute faster.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and I would slightly disagree about maintenance. I think maintenance is very difficult in a business. Like maintenance usually means slow degradation. You're either growing or you're dying. And yeah, there's a few levers to pull on there in profitability. Like the first thing I would always say to anyone in the e-commerce business is logistics, especially if you're importing from abroad. Like you've probably got another 10% to 20% margin in your supply chain. And then, because most people have not got an optimized supply chain, you're wasting so much money. And then, and then operations, isn't it? Like AI is a way of reducing operational overhead. Yep. So as we get bigger, you're going to end up with a team. The good thing about e-com is usually your team is relatively light. It's not operationally significant business like my last business, Seller Candy. Oh, like this business on this podcast, Seller Candy, where we had a team of 50 people doing delivery. With some optimization, we may be at 25 now, and actually at even better quality, which is awesome. But that's still mostly manual because Amazon doesn't allow AI integration into their system. And also you have to argue with human beings. and the human beings don't make sense, so you need you need human beings to argue with the human beings.
Yeah.
No, but I love that. Cool. So yeah, our goal in business is profit. You know what they say, revenue. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, cash is reality. Anyone that's run an e-commerce business will know that for a while, because you can have profit and no cash if you put all your money into stuff. Like most businesses in this way go out of business not because they're not profitable, but because they run out of cash, and they go, oh no, I have no cash. And yeah, I think a great way of adding to profits without touching revenue is optimizing operations, optimizing logistics. Awesome. So now we're going to move on to the next stage of the podcast, which is our controversial take. So what's your most debatable, controversial opinion related to Amazon or the e-commerce industry? And I know, although now you're running this business, you were in e-commerce for a very long time. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to your controversial opinion.
I think like for me, it's like the default move when things get very chaotic is to hire. It's just like a money problem, just like pay someone, hire another VA, hire another manager, another customer support rep, thinking that they're going to be the one solving the problem. But if the process is broken, for me, it's like you're just adding more people to the broken system. And me as an automation expert, I feel like we need to fix those systems first. We need to fix the problem, and before we're adding more people into the equation. I have businesses in the past that they wanted to scale. And when they show me the proposal, like how they are going to achieve that, it was adding like more VAs to their customer support. They wanted to add another team member for generating leads. It was like, a big project. And I told them like, okay, this is my plan. This is how much, I can build this for. It's a substantial front-end cost, but by the third month, like, you're going to break even. You're not going to need to hire 3 extra VAs. You didn't need to have a special dedicated lead or prospect manager. Those positions were gone since the very beginning, and it has been one of their best investments for them, because it simply is like you have a system that is going to keep running 24/7, and we can keep building on top of them without adding more VAs, because we already have the core structure. The architecture is right there. We just need to keep adding more blocks on top of that, and yeah, save tons of money. The problem is to fix from the root, and you didn't need to add more VAs, more headcounts. And I think that's the beauty of building with AI now.
I love it. I would also say that it's amazing working with really good people. So it's nice for me, it's nice to have a small team. But the cool thing is now we only need the really good people. We only need the super switched on A players. Yeah. And my definition of an A player, taken from someone else at some point, was that an A player is someone with an emotional need to succeed.
Yep.
Somebody who's dialed in, who has to do well, or they're going to be mad at you, which is great. I want somebody to be mad at me if we're not performing.
Yeah, but the situation about A players is that, A players are, first of all, very difficult to find. Second, if you find them, you don't want to put them in in a position where they are just copying and pasting information. You just want to give them challenges. Yeah. And usually for the system that my client wanted to scale, it was just, replying to email questions. It was very low things, but it's just adding to their overhead. So now, now we have the luxury to just focus on finding those A players for managing all these systems. And I agree with you. It's I like to work with very smart people. I like to work with people has a lot of drive. And that's where our companies are moving towards too.
Yeah, and they are relatively difficult to find, but not that difficult. I mean, the good thing is you create a good company, people will want to work for you. And yeah, I want people that'll challenge me. And I also believe in sharing data. So the cool thing about the AI is we can create dashboards, we can share the data without having to give them full access to everything.
Yeah.
Because my ethos is always share everything as much as possible, because then you have another smart person with a real brain thinking about it as well as you. Otherwise, we hold all the decisions ourselves of what am I going to do about this? Well, I've got this other smart person I pay money. You figure it out. You tell me what you think we should do, and then I'll bounce ideas back and forth. But that people can't make decisions without full
Well,
information about what's going on.
and I like to take that idea because the companies that are going to be successful in the future are companies that are structuring their internal operations, their infrastructure, all their processes AI ready. What does it mean? Like you just mentioned that we need to have like very smart people, AI players, having access to all this information, be transparent with them. Yeah, in the future, we want the AI to be the one having access to every single conversation, Slack channel, interaction with clients, knowing like how much you are making, all your costs. Why? Because we're going to be using these models to keep improving our operations. So everything in your company needs to be recorded right now because we need to use that information in the future to feed to the LLMs, to feed to the AI, and they are the ones going to help us keep optimizing this. So we need to make our companies AI ready.
I agree. So I know you do some of these as services. If anyone's actually interested in reaching out and talking to you about how they might want to implement AI in their business, what's the best way to get in contact with you, Juan?
Yeah, they can come to my website. It is flowgrama.com, and you can schedule.
How do you spell that?
That's FLOWGRAMA.com.
Cool. And then what? What else? Can they email you? Can they reach out
No,
to you? Can they go
they
to a
can book
chatbot?
yeah, book a call with me. Yeah, I still like to have interactions one-on-one with my clients. And yeah, just book a call, and I'm going to do a discovery and process. I want to audit your business. It's totally free. And by the end of that call, you're going to get at least 5 automations that we can build for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Juan. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to share with us.
Thank you, John, for the invitation. Had a great time.
All right. And if you've been listening or watching to this episode, come back and join us next time. Please rate the episode or just give us a tick. Gives us even more reach. And come back next week for a great conversation.